So, Brian, let's turn to the question more broadly of diversity and inclusion at Bank of America. I know that you've been a champion of this from the beginning. Explain what you're doing. This is something that's very much in the mind of people with all of corporate America, and particularly with banks right now, when we look at the extent to which there really is diversity, particularly as you go up the line in the organization.
Yeah, so if you think about it, there's diversity, which we have, which is representation, and there's inclusion, which is more how I feel when I work at Bank of America. But the reason why we do all this goes back to our operating principles of responsible growth. We've got to grow no excuses. We've got to grow with the right risk. We've got to grow on a customer-focused basis, and we have to grow on a sustainable basis. And sustainability means drive operational excellence because that generates the efficiencies to pay for everything we do. Share our success with our communities, back to our early discussion, but most importantly, be the best place for people to work. And so to be the best place for people to work, you got to be the best place for everybody to work. And so that's our basic view. So D&I has been critical to Bank of America for a long period of time. So when we think about it, we basically measured at every level in the company, and the business reviews my teammates have with me go down each level. And what our goal is to have our teammate base at every level in the company. There's 8 levels in our company. It used to be 13, and we brought it down to 8, going to your earlier question about how you get a company more efficient. At every level in this company, the diversity of that level represents a diverse society, so by ethnicity in America. And so that's where the focus is. So we watch that go up. So we're very diverse in the top 6 women on our board of directors, 2 African Americans, Hispanic, Latino. Our management team, the people who work for me, are about half women. Our management team is very diverse, and we work through the system. And we know the pockets. We know exactly where we got to go. We put some announcements out, Andy C. did, in the wealth management business about where we need opportunities to drive success. We know where the areas we're weaker or stronger in. It is not mysterious. It's very granular, and I try to hold, in that case, Andy accountable, and he holds his direct reports accountable, and they hold their direct reports accountable, because this goes right through the system of how do we get to be diverse. Inclusion is something else, which is more about how you feel. And so we measure that basically with about 15 years ago, we were trying to find out how do you measure inclusion, because it's a feeling. And so we went out and sought whether other people could measure it, and we couldn't find any measures. So we said, well, let's create a measure off a series of questions about how people are doing that we ask every year. But on top of that, we had to say, so what do we mean by it? And the story was, the team wanted to go out and hire some consultants. I was not CEO. I was just but I was the head of the Global Diversity Inclusion Council then. And the team wanted to go out and hire consultants and do it. And I said, let's just ask our teammates what they think. And so how we define America is at Bank of America is defined by what a teammate said. I want to be able to come to Bank of America and bring who I am inside the door and not have to leave it there and pick it up on the way home. And so that's how we define it. And so what we try to do is achieve that feeling in our teammates by having them know that through the development, through their affinity groups they work in, through all the different structures we have, that no matter who they are, they can bring themselves through that door every day at work and be as successful as they want to be, and then take it home with them.